Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yes, indeed, another brand new day. It is Sunday, I imagine, the 20-something of whatever the hell month this is. Yeah, Sunday, the 26th of April. I should have remembered April. Of course, 2020 has been so full. Each week has felt like a full year. Thumbs up for that. Oh, my one big window is way up too high. How about that? I do not have a whole bunch of things written down to talk about, though I'm going to pull on my shirt for a minute because it doesn't feel comfortable yet. I'm prepared for the day by having fingerprints in material on my shirt. Thumbs up for that. I woke up early today. Hokey smokes. 4 o'clock. Combination of pain and full bladder. Tossed and turned till about 5. But at that point, it was, I might as well get up out of bed. I'm wide awake from pain. I have to urinate, but it's after 5 o'clock in the morning now. So if I fall back asleep, it's going to be 2 hours before I finish a full REM sleep cycle. So I just got up. So it's like 5:15 in the morning. I was up for the day. But I also went Walkies as well. Now, last night I went Walkies. It was like 8, I think around 8-ish, and I walked around town, and then I stopped off at Safeway because I had to pick something up, wore my mask and all that, was as socially responsible as I could be, but I did go Walkies, and that was good. And then this morning, I had to go Walkies again. I needed to hit the store. I drink caffeinated beverages to keep my brain functioning partially properly with my untreated ADHD, the stimulant? I mean, caffeine is a stimulant, so the stimulant, the caffeine, helps my brain function at least somewhat properly, and that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. So I was up and out, got back here at about 6:30 in the morning after, it takes about a half hour to get there, a half hour to walk back. So, thumbs up. Oh, itchy. It's almost like I'm a biological being made out of flesh. Almost. So, thumbs up, got that done, walked back home carrying 4 2-liter bottles, and there was actually some toilet tissue still there. So I snagged a 12-pack of Scott tissue. Thumbs up. I have been broke, and I have been using up just the last bits of anything that I can find. Since I'm minus, I think it's like a minus 113 or some odd in my checking right now, so it's only what I can find monetarily here that I can spend. Thumbs up for that. Hey, life is life. It could be worse. And it could be. So yesterday was just a day. I did a lot of videos, of course. Once again, making videos provides form and structure to my otherwise formless and structureless life. Now, I've been disabled since 2003, so I have not been able to work since 2003. So, well, I worked after that. It was about a year before trying to work and having it not work out that finally I applied for and was accepted on disability. So it's been about 2005 since I have not been able to work. Trying to work as a nurse's aide when you can't even stand up for any length of time is joyous. Since I spent 15 years working as a nurse's aide, the last 1 year of my nurse's aide career, I spent working on light duty in the dining room, just feeding people before they finally let me go because my back just wasn't getting better, and it never has. So thumbs up for that. I can't even remember where I started and where I was going with that little recollection. But still, such is life. It's just a bunch of really, really random stuff this morning. As I said, there's only one thing that I've written down on the side there. But past that, it's just whatever happens to pop into my head, because that's That's what I do when I'm vlogging. Whatever percolates through my mind and comes up, I talk about. Because otherwise, I'm jammed up. If these topics can't come out my mouth, everything just gets backlogged and then caught, and then my brain doesn't function. I'm a talker. I have been a talker my whole life. If I can't talk, I can't function. So thank you all so very, very much. But one of the things that I wanted to mention is yesterday, just out of nowhere, I was doing some editing, and then suddenly I had just lyrics and an old tune running through my head, but it had been so long, decades, since I had heard any of the lyrics that I had to try and just guess what they were to Google it. And yeah, just all of a sudden, out of the blue, a song that I had not consciously heard in decades just suddenly, boink, stuck in my head. So I had to look it up. It was the song Stormy by the group Classics 4, Classic 4, not Classics 4, which is a weird name for a group because they started like 1960, something like that, 1960, and it was 1963 when the song Stormy, which was the song that was stuck in my head, was released. That was 1 year after I was born. So, whoa. It just suddenly started clicking in my head. Looked it up and listened to it, and I was like, yeah, that's a song I had not consciously listened to in decades. And took a look at another song that this group, Classic 4, did, and it was another one of these old songs that had been a big part of my youth. So the song Stormy, and I think the other one is Traces, were like big songs from my youth that sort of faded into the background until all of a sudden yesterday, whoosh, they came just jumping out of my memory at me. Nostalgia is weird. Sometimes I have just formless nostalgia where I don't have a specific memory attached to that. Like that song, Stormy by Classic 4, is just associated with my youth. No specific thing about my youth, just being younger. So it doesn't really bother me all that much to try and remember it. Remember, I don't like nostalgia because it forcibly yanks me back into a time and place where the people that I was with are dead. The place that this stuff happened is gone. The situation can never be recreated, so it's all just painful. It hurts. I hate nostalgia that way. I don't want to be yanked back into painful memories. So under normal circumstances like that, if I have a memory associated with a specific time from my youth, I don't like it. My past is not really something I want to remember. And, of course, my past just reminds me that, I'm 57 and a half, and mortality is coming racing at me like a freight train. As much as I may want to live forever, I've only got about 15, 20 years maximum, if I'm lucky. And I gotta say if I'm lucky, because bouncing from topic to topic again, I mentioned before how I've almost died a couple of times on really, really big things, like my alcoholism. I should have died. I mean, my body was in such bad shape when I finally went to rehab. Anybody else would have been dead. I blew a .544 on the breathalyzer. You're not supposed to be alive with that much alcohol in your system. And I was. My kidneys should not have been working. My liver should not have been working. You normally have ammonia in your bloodstream. They had never seen that much ammonia in anyone's bloodstream from someone that was alive. So I should be dead. A couple times. I've had drug overdoses, accidental. It was methadone when I was first going on methadone, legally prescribed. It's just that you have to be very careful when you're first starting. And I accidentally overdosed on methadone. And if it hadn't been for Narcan and fast work, I'd be gone. So aside from those, there have just been, when I go Walkies in town here, there are people that are insane in their driving. I have been walking across crosswalks and had to jump back when the car that raced through the stop light, just wasn't even paying attention. And if I hadn't jumped back, whap! Only a month and a half, I was taking a walk past a restaurant with a divot in the sidewalk where you can turn in. Again, I had to jump back because the people that came whoosh into that turn, they would have just taken me right out. So it happens all the time. You've got to be careful. You know, fate and not fate so much, just random coincidence. Life will take you out if you're not paying attention, so please pay attention. Past that, though, just been surviving, just been living, just been trying to play games, just been trying to at least think creatively. I mean, under normal circumstances, it's hard for me to try and type because thinking uses up a ton of energy. And then leaning forward and typing on my keyboard with my fatigue, with my chronic pain, with, well, my hands are always feeling like they've been smacked with hammers. It's hard to actually write. I got a ton of ideas. I got a ton of stuff to actually write, and you've heard, if you've been listening and watching my channel long enough, you've heard me read some of my own fiction, so I can do it. It's just that fatigue and the pain and all that is so much fun. But at least I have still been thinking. I'm still thinking on all sorts of stuff with my cosmic horror pantheon. It used to be when I was first building up the personalities of the cosmic horror pantheon. Because remember, I keep two faces to my cosmic horror pantheon. There's the face that we see, where the beings are so strong, so powerful that there's no frame of reference between the two of us. I'm looking at my webcam monitor there. It went way out of focus. But it's like they wouldn't even be able to perceive us. It's like they're gravity and light and such, and we're the beings that live in the universe. And you know, how can you get mad at gravity? How can you get mad at light? There's no real connection, and bad things happen when their attention gets focused near us because we are so inconsequential they don't even think about us. But on a humanizing level, I also have given them each names and personalities, and I have rough ideas of what they look like, and what I call the young adult stories. Or I spent so much time at first on the character of Gotsy Ray, one of the cosmic horrors, who hates physical matter, despises gravity wells and physical matter and all this stuff. It's claustrophobic, it's terrible, he doesn't like it. So he spends, there's no genders, spends most of its time in what's known as the Ungabe, which is that extra-universal space. It is the thin skin that separates all the universes in the multiverse. It's like that membrane as they rub and slide against each other. But it's its own universe of sorts. It's got its own biomes, its own environments, its own ecologies, its own citizens. There's anti-light from negative suns, and Gotsy Ray spends most of its time there. I know largely what Gotsy Ray looks like and how it acts and what its personality is, and then I spent a lot of time working on just the universe, world building, and not so much on the characters, until I came up with just this bone-hurting juice idea, which is a fantasy setting where all of the good things happen instead of the bad things happened, as one of the attentions of the cosmic horror came close, and instead good things have happened to their world. Plenty of bad stuff. After all, they're the undead people of the Calendris, which was a big mountain range with like 6 million people that lived inside of that big land. Well, they all died. Every single one of them. Every man, woman, and child. All 6 million of them dead when the undead plague hit. And they just started biting, and then the bite would spread the magical plague. It would just erase you as a person. Your body became just an it. and then it would look for other humans to bite and kill. And this magical plague spread through the entire place and killed everyone in that country. But one of the cosmic horrors, Asatarasi, is associated with knowledge and searching out old things, ruins. There's a whole priesthood based on knowledge and architecture and finding ancient stuff from the past, veneration and learning. So thumbs up on that, a very good thing. And hey, switching over to this camera, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and it is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count in American Sign Language, with my depression, fibro, brain damage from alcoholism, untreated ADHD, and more, I'm amazed that I can remember my name is not Rudolph Rutherford P. Farquhar, because Rutherford P. Farquhar is an exceptionally pretentious name. Anyway, though, back to this camera, and let me call up my Chrome. Hopefully I'm halfway centered, at least halfway centered. FBI, thumbs up and thank you. Samantha Tanner, greatly appreciated. I bleed tea. Tea or blood, it's not bad. Leanne Miller, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Gabby DV, thumbs up. Juan DGR, greatly appreciated. Tommy Shelby, or Thommy, THOMMY. And then we have I Am and Ain't. It's IXAMXANXAINT. Thumbs up and thank you very, very much. Denial, greatly appreciate. Keelan McGee, thumbs up and thank you. Ziad Tukrad, greatly appreciated. Underscore Kurama, underscore, thank you very, very much. Legends Never Fall, greatly appreciated. Rizkaputri.m, thank you very, very much. Spraz Tina, greatly appreciated. Lucid, with a V and not a U. Excuse me. And then we have Kathy Kitscat, greatly appreciated. Samuel Ebert, thumbs up and thank you. We have Sebastian Ferris, good to see you in the comments. Nick Stir Effect, I'm not quite sure how that's pronounced, but thank you. Stephen Blanchard, greatly appreciated. Mr. Sony, thumbs up and thank you. We have Exotic Films. Ooh. And last but not least, we have SDS Grim Reaper. Thank you all so very, very much. You get me out of my head. Whoosh! Over to the other camera, make sure I'm centered, into the world, dealing with real people. And when you are depressed, it is a good thing to get out of the echo chamber of your skull. Thank you so very, very much. Dealing with other people, if only in text, is an awesome thing, especially in these socially distanced times. Thumbs up for that. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you wanted to help me out but didn't want to send money to one of those places, I have an Amazon wishlist link down below. If you could check that out, that would be very cool. And if you wanted to help me out but didn't want to send money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well that I have not updated yet. I need to do that today. My sincere apologies. If you could check that out, that would be very cool. Now, do not feel entitled. Of course you wouldn't. Do not feel obligated. Lower plate got loose. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. How do you like those hand motions, huh? Thumbs up for that. Anyway, I need to re-WD-40 my chair. It's getting so loud again. I mean, it's not bad compared to how it's been. Oh, excuse my belching. But it keeps getting squeaky, so I've still got the WD-40. Gonna get it done. Thumbs up for that. So, I got this video all done. I got a video to edit and render. I need to record, edit, and render something. So, thumbs up for that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And tomorrow, I will have a new statement up there with a new silly drawing. Promise you that. But until that time, please remember to smile. It is a very good thing. You take care.